Welcome back. I'm now being joined by our lifestyle and political correspondent, Andy Madaki. Welcome.
Thank you.
Odiri Akban, our sports correspondent. Hello, lady.
Thank you. I'm fine.
Entertainment correspondent, Ina Peters.
Hi.
And lastly, our MC Sam, our special comedian on the set of the lifestyle segment. Hello, how are you?
Good morning, Ma.
Good morning, everyone.
You sound like the president. Like,
Good morning, my people. So today, as we said, it's our 1-year anniversary, and we're so excited about the support we've received from the general populace for the past 1 year. It's taking a lot of sacrifice, hard work, sweat and tears sometimes to run this program, but we're truly grateful for the opportunity to every Saturday reach out to the entire world, not just Nigeria, and share our thoughts on lifestyle, politics, entertainment, and sports. Andy, so let's get to it. What do you reckon has been our top moments here on the weekend show?
good top moments or
Let's talk
interesting
about
moments.
both. Let's be honest. Let's talk about both.
It's shocking that it's already a year, and so it's been amazing being in here every Saturday. And for those of you who don't know, it takes about at least 20 people to produce this show every Saturday. And so
Yes.
when you come in here, you're like, wow, is this happening? But even with all of that, my most memorable moment was when we were live having the political segment, and Nigeria happened. Our lights went out. And interestingly, for about 5 minutes, we didn't know we weren't on air.
Until the studio went pitch black. And I'm like, I'm sorry.
What's going on?
Is this a trick, you know?
And then we had to turn on lights and stare at ourselves.
Yes.
And so a lot happens behind the scenes that nobody really knows about, but for us, we keep that straight face.
Most
and see it
definitely.
through.
Yeah, we have to like be professional all through, but sometimes it's chaotic behind the scenes. It's a live program, as most of you know, so sometimes our guests are running late. Our associate producer, Emanuela, is running up and down trying to mitigate the situation, and we
People
just
cancel on the
people
morning
cancel
of
at the last moment. So it's definitely very hectic. I think the highlight for me has been our Vox Pop. Going out into the streets to hear Nigerians talk about topical issues. I truly do enjoy that. I remember we talked about cultism one time, and a guy,
yes.
and he was like, well, I'm a cultist. And I'm
Proudly.
like, and we had to blur his face for his own safety on air. But it's just interesting how people are willing to talk. People are willing to share their experiences with us. And we truly appreciate that.
There was this interview on sex workers where the sex worker insisted that she wanted her face to show.
Exactly.
Like, I'm proud of what I'm doing and I
Yeah.
want to speak about it. And
Yes.
those moments have been profound,
Yes,
hearing people
yes.
share their own truths.
And we pride ourselves in these different opinions. We love the fact that monotone perspective of what Nigeria is and who Nigerians are. We're willing to and we're able to change that on the weekend show.
Yeah.
We show that we're not just a monopolistic set of people. We have our different ideas and ideologies of who we are and what we value. So I'm happy that we've been able to share that and also to teach Nigerians that it's okay to be you within the Nigerian context. I want to bring in our sports correspondent here to also share in her perspective of what your high moments have been every single day, day in and day out. The way you speak about sports is truly inspiring to us. I know at first when we were bringing you on the team, we were a bit nervous. A woman, you know, talking sports, would the men take her seriously? But as the feminist that we all are, we said yes, we would have to make that possible. So do you talk to us more about your experience?
It's been nice, challenging, painstaking hours, but I enjoy it because at the end of the day, the end product is beautiful. And talking sports, I think I like to see myself as a role model that shows to women, young girls that, look, don't say it's sports, it's football, it's athletics. Girls don't do that. No, trust me, I'm still a tomboy through and through, but I love sports. I love football. To some ladies, it's like, is there any woman in this world that really likes sport? But I've met some of them, so they're really out there, and I'm going to encourage you guys to still stick with what you love. Follow it. Don't say, oh, when I was in school, I would sit down in a room full of like 120 boys, and I'm the only lady, and I want to watch a European game, UEFA Champions League, European Nations Cup, and they're like, what are you doing inside in that place? I'm like, look, I love it, so I sit down and watch. If we need money to buy fuel to watch the games, I will bring my money and say, let's watch these games, okay? And then I know some of my classmates will say, so she's the one that did this. There was a time when this Mexican soap opera was on, Second Chance or something. And at that time, they want to watch it in the evening, but that's when the Champions League is on. And they come to me and say, okay, by halftime, we want to go and take out the fuse in the school. And then I tell the guys, they're going to take out that fuse, go and get the spare fuse we kept. I'm sorry, but it's fun. I really enjoy doing sports, and it's something I really enjoy. But most of all, I have to say thank you to all of you out there, family, and of course, I have 2 families, okay? There's one at home and there's one here, okay, on the weekend show. It's been great working with them. They've been like giving me all the assists, defense splitting passes. Hey. I see Zaki wasting all the time. But Zach has been wonderful, Osisu, Andy, Ina. Yeah, Ina, I converted Ina. Ina is now a bona fide semi-sports person.
Really?
Yeah. So at least I have someone I converted, so that's really good. But also, I want to say thank you to everyone, you who keep on watching the sports segment of the weekend show and the weekend show itself. So thank you guys for being our support, our anchor and our support. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Yes, Odiri, we've totally enjoyed you being part of the team. I think you bringing such flavor and spice into the program, and we do truly appreciate it. Every single day I'm learning new things, new terminologies, but I'm also happy that Ina Peters, who was definitely against sports before you came on board, is now, during her social media trend, sometimes I'm hearing her talking sport. I'm like, who does she think she is?
I mean,
but it makes me so proud because you've also become a very well-rounded presenter during your time here at the weekend show. So talk to me about the highlights of your experience so far.
I mean, it's been wonderful. It's been, I don't even know the words. The weekend show has just been great. I remember the circumstances, you know, surrounding me coming here. And people at home might not know, but there was a time I almost gave up on this show because I had work elsewhere and it was clashing with, you know, the work here. But I'm so thankful for the zeal I had, and I just knew that this was the right opportunity. It was the right train to jump on. It was the right flight to catch, and I'm really thankful about that because my cost has increased. But it's been fantastic. The number of interviews I've had, and just moving outside my comfort zone. If there's anything Weekend Show has taught me, is that when the ball drops, when someone drops the ball and you are asked to step up, you have to step up. And I think that lesson is just going to, you know, help me and take me further, because I've assumed roles here that in my wildest dreams, what am I talking? What is politics? What am I saying, right? But, you know, I've been forced to not just come here and talk about it, but try to understand, because you passing information to whoever is watching at home, you have to know, you know, at least you have to know something you're talking about. And I mean, the crew here, Odiri was talking about the crew, they're just amazing. Every morning walking into here and somebody is just telling you things to make you feel good. So it's a positive energy, right, even before you come on set, which is also important, you know, having the right team, having people that care for your well-being, your mental state just before you come out here, because it's live television. You have to be smiling, right? And then, you know, talking about some moments that were just, I think several times I've been cut off air here. I think maybe there's some technical problem, and then I'm still talking, and then the TriCaster goes off, and the director, Emma, will be like, keep talking, and people at home don't even know, and I'm just talking, and I keep talking, and I keep talking, and I keep talking, and I think it's amazing. So in terms of what has happened for me this last 1 year, I have grown, and it's amazing. A lot of people think as presenters here we use teleprompter, but we hardly use teleprompters here on our show. And I think it's amazing the way we've been able to just harness our craft. And let me not even get started on the people I've interviewed and the people that follow me on, so if you don't know, Davido follows me on social media because I interviewed him. But it's been fantastic, it's been amazing. I love sports now. Yes, I do follow up on these things. I want to know, you know, who is playing and who is not playing, who is winning, who is not winning, even in boxing. So it's just been an amazing journey. Thankful for the opportunity to come here every Saturday and talk to you Nigerians and just enjoy what I do, because don't get it twisted, I enjoy every moment standing here and talking to you guys. So thank you for the opportunity. Thank you, Odiri. Thank you, Andy. Thank you, Osasu. Thank you, MC Sam. Thank you to everyone. It's been an amazing journey, and I know it can only get better from here. So happy anniversary to us, The Weekend Show.
So that's amazing that you've turned out to be a well-rounded woman. You're not just focusing on your beat as an entertainment journalist.
Yeah.
You're also trying to learn from sports, politics,
The politics part is
lifestyle.
impressive.
It's very impressive.
Yes,
It's
she
very
has grown with
initially. I
politics.
remember I was sick, so I couldn't come on set. So I told her, I was like, "Oh, you would handle the political segment," and she was like, "Oh my God, no!" So I said, "You know what? Before you leave this show, I would train you to be able to handle each and every beat." As a journalist, you have to know a little about everything in the world. You don't have to be an expert. You can be an expert in one field, but you must understand what's going on in different ones.
Yeah.
And I'm very happy that you've been able to imbibe that lesson and look at where you are today.
Thank
So
you.
MC Sam, the man that makes us laugh and giggle the entire time, talk to us about your experience.
I came to this family as a cameraman, and one day our host, you said, "Samuel, you do the headlines." I'm like, "Headlines? Chief twerker." I'm like, nobody competes with me in twerking. So I was like, headlines. I had to go home, cram. Like I said, no, I don't want to mess up. But at the end of the day, I came, my first day, I had to announce to everybody around me, like, "Guy, you'll be watching me in TV, like, guy, you don't blow." And I started. The first day, oh Lord of mercy, I was looking out of camera. I'll be looking different places. I don't even know what. They'll tell me, the director was like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Just calm down, I will master this thing. Then the part that now got me is when I'm used to speaking vernacular, and our host said, "Use more of English." Oh Lord of mercy. I was like, "How want to start this thing?" I can't speak for 10 minutes without inserting some pidgin English inside, just like I did. And I was like, okay. And I tried. I noticed the first time I didn't really flow. Then till one day I had this guy, Callistus. I told him, "Guy, it's more of English." And he was like, bros. I know if you speak too much English. I said, "Just try this more." And I was like, so I have somebody that thinks like me. But one of the low moments I had was I had one guest. Oh Lord of mercy. I will never forget that day. We were supposed to be interacting. No, this guy was echoing what I was saying. I was like, Buhari wins the election. We're like, and he won the election. I was like, and Nigeria is going to win. You say, that is very true. No contribution. I knew it was that bad. I had to call my boy, like, I had a terrible interview. And like, no, just calm down. At the end of the day, it was one that was telling me that it's not that bad though. I was like, no, it's bad. Like I was driving this intern Tuesday. I was driving with her and I was easing all through that day. I will never forget that I was easing. I was just angry. I think apart from that, I've enjoyed every moment. Apart from the fact that Oliver won $100 when somebody like me that can sing, which my boss have been discouraging me. I can't sing. And if I sing for you people now,
Sing for us, let's
just
hear.
turn off the cameras.
that means I'm not singing anything.
As you can see, it's always a delight on The Weekend Show. It's always a fun time, a fun atmosphere because of the people that I get to work with every single day. Andy here, who became my co-host in, what month was it? February?
Yeah.
He has been an absolute pleasure. I have to actually admit on camera, sometimes I don't prepare as much as I would, just because I have Andy here, because I know he always comes prepared, you know. So it's been a pleasure having you as the political and lifestyle correspondent, as well as the co-host on this program. You've been tremendous help, and you have such a reservoir of knowledge that each and every single day I'm just really thankful to God for. Odiri, as I said, is always bringing in the sports news hot and fresh. I'm so proud of you, the work that you do here, the contribution that you make, and most importantly, I'm proud of you as a woman. The fact that you step up to the plate and there's no tokenism. We didn't choose you because you're a woman, but we chose you because you are intelligent and you are bringing so much factual information and professionalism to the table. So congratulations on the work that you do.
Thank you so much.
Ina Peters, my little protege, she does excellently well on the social media segment, on the entertainment scene. And as I said earlier, she's become such a well-rounded presenter that today she knows a bit of everything. Politics, lifestyle, sports, any topic you give her to present, she's always willing to take on the task. I remember there was an event I was meant to host and I said, Ina, go ahead and represent me. And the Ina I knew when she started the job, when I hired her, would say, oh no, I'm not prepared. But she said, okay, I'll go. And this was just a few hours to the event because I woke up not feeling too well. So I'm very proud of you. I'm proud of the work that you've done to develop yourself as a presenter. So keep it up.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. And MC Sam, always keeping us laughing. When I told him to start, I can hear my producers at the back, my director shouting, Madam, without us, there's no show. I can hear you very loud and clear. Without you guys, there's absolutely no show. But first, I'm talking about MC Sam, who I told him to start presenting in English, and he was like, oh my God, how am I going to do this? You know, the jokes are funnier in Pidgin. And I told him, just try. He was willing. He stepped up to the task, and he's very funny and contributes a lot to us today on the Weekend Show. So congratulations on all your success. And of course, the director at the back, Emme, Seshon, Oliver, Razak, Zaki, Tuzi, Fumi, social media, Tuzi, our intern, Ella, our associate producer, Shalom, our female camera woman, Ima, our photographer, Dora, our researcher, Gift, my assistant, to you guys, Uche, our fellow cameraman. We say thank you, our sound engineers, Danjuma. There are a lot. I can't mention everybody, but thank you so much for the sacrifices you have made to make this show a success. I can go on and on and on, but I truly do appreciate you. The fact that we've been able to churn out programs back to back to back every single Saturday. We started off showing Saturdays and Sundays, but we decided to give all our energy into a Saturday program, and I've always left here happier than I came in. It's such an overwhelming feeling to see individuals that are committed to producing high quality programs day in and day out. I told them on this set that I do not do mediocrity. I do not do any show that's below average, and each and every day they ensure that we have something up to par and beyond. So thank you everyone for the sacrifices that you have made. So right now we'll delve into some of the interviews. We'll criticize and break down some of the interviews that we've done on set. I remember clearly Dino Milai's interview earlier on in the program. Always upbeat. He came in his jeans and his t-shirt and his face cap since it was the Weekend Show. And I think he even had a little rip on it. Yes, you know, Senator Dino, very trendy. I particularly enjoyed that interview because he spoke to us, I feel like, for the very first time. I've interviewed him on my other program before, but he spoke to us very frankly. You know, he talked to us about his aspirations as a politician, the strategy that goes behind any emerging candidate. And I truly enjoyed that honesty and transparency from a politician. So we'll take a look at that clip and we'll be right back. Here with us now is the one and only Senator Dino Milai. He was first elected in 2015 to represent the good people of Kogi West Senatorial District. He has won Honorable Representative of the Year by Global Youth Awareness and Development Initiative, Protector of the Youth PDP, National Youth Vanguard, and many more. Distinguished Senator, thank you so much for joining us in today's program.
Good morning, viewers.
We saw your famous hit, Oh My Home, but I wouldn't do justice to the song if I sang it. Can you tell me why you have taken the decision to return to the PDP?
Anyway, I want to say that I am officially going to pick my card in the PDP sometime next week. But my soul, my spirit, my body left the land of Egypt, the APC, sometime 2 weeks ago. And I left the APC because it's not a party for the progressives. It's not a party for those who wish this country well. It's not a party for those who believe that there should be peace in this country. It's not a party for those who are intellectually mobile. It's not a party for those who believe that this country needs to be restructured. It's not a party for those who believe that the youths of this country be given an opportunity. In fact, I would say once I was blind, now I can see. I left that party because I love this country more than mediocrity. And I had two choices to make. One of the choices is to continue to maintain what I call political consistency, to continue to speak for the people, to continue to agitate for a better Nigeria, to continue to call for a just and egalitarian society, which is difficult and very, very difficult. The other choice I have to make is to engage in what I call political acrobatism, and which is very easy to do. So I chose the former, and I chose Nigeria over the mediocrity that is going on in the APC. And I believe that with the present crop of leadership in the PDP, led by the very indefatigable and indomitable Secondus, I believe that there's a roadmap to bringing Nigeria back on track and bringing back our long-lost reputation. So I regretted being a member of the APC. I apologize to Nigerians for marketing President Muhammadu Buhari.
So Andy, what was your favorite moment on the show?
My
favorite
father
interview?
was on this
Oh
show.
yes, I remember.
And so it's quite interesting because I would have never even suggested for him to be on the same show with me, because I'm like, what are we doing on this show? And so his name came up and everyone was like, yes, of course. So I was like, oh, let's get this done. Then we came on set and I didn't want to mention that this is my dad. And Sasu was like, hold on, please tell them that this is your dad. And so it was quite interesting that while we're on the show, we have different political ideologies and beliefs. And so he was saying certain things, and I was like, no, this isn't right. And Sasu was, and I could see the look on his face, like, is he? Like,
Is he
this
challenging me?
Like, he's actually, I'm a law professor. And so that was a moment I never saw coming, but I thought that was really cool.
Let's take a look at it.
Because we're talking about separation of powers, we can't exempt the judiciary from this. We have seen recent events, which in Nigeria, we've seen a sitting Chief Justice of the Federation being tried, and he had to resign or retire early. Now, in a situation where the executive has so much powers as approving who becomes the CJN, the state governors also. In the United States, for instance, people vote for their district attorneys. You can vote for the Attorney General of the states. In Nigeria, how fair is separation of powers to the judiciary when the executive arm pretty much makes all the decisions for them? Same thing with even the electoral bodies, which is not under the judiciary, but the president has the right to appoint who becomes the chairman. But focusing on the judiciary, how fair is the principle of separation of, the doctrine of separation of powers to the judiciary in Nigeria?
Yeah, in the first instance, the Constitution guarantees the establishment and the existence of the judiciary in Nigeria, like I did mention earlier, under Section 6 of the Constitution. And then the next issue is the appointment and tenure of office of the judiciary. Of the three arms of government, it is the judiciary that is non-elective. For the president, you have to be elected. For the legislature, the members of the National Assembly and the State House of Assembly, they have to be elected. But for the judiciary, it is the only arm of government that the Constitution specifies the professional qualification. First and foremost, for you to be appointed even as an area court judge, as a magistrate or as a justice of the High Court or the Appellate Court, you have to be a lawyer. And there's minimal requirement that you have to be a lawyer for not less than 10 years. And you must have sufficiently had experience. And then you have to in the appointment at the state level, you have the State Judicial Service Commissions, who will make the nominations. And then it is forwarded to the National Judicial Council. The National Judicial Council is like the clearing house they have to vet this appointment.
But the question is that a fair process?
No, it is because you need to appoint people with the highest integrity and professional qualification to arbitrate, to adjudicate, to sit on the bench. Do not forget that when you sit on the bench, you wear the power of life and death. So it's not an all-commerce event. And then, even when we talk of this appointment, at the state level, the State House of Assembly have to approve. And their removal is not as easy as people say. You don't just wake up and say, I have sacked the Chief Justice or the Chief Judge or a judge of the High Court.
Well, we've seen that
we
case
just saw that
yes.
happen in
that is not what happened. That is not what happened. If you want to pigeonhole it to the issue of the former Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Onegem, here is a situation that the Constitution under the Fifth Schedule provides for the Code of Conduct and the oath of offices are also that you have to subscribe to in the Constitution. He was alleged to have breached the Code of Conduct for public officers, and he was submitted or subjected to a trial by the Code of Conduct Bureau. And then the code, the tribunal, and then the Code of Conduct Tribunal, by way of an ex parte of application, granted that application and suspended him from office. And eventually, he was found guilty, so to say. And then punishment meted that yes, you are convicted, for the next day you cannot hold office. So what? In as much, just a minute, sir.
Let me interject because you've missed a fundamental part of this whole story, this whole timeline.
Yes.
Remember, the president has suspended him before, and that was where the uproar came
that
about.
proves the suspension.
Exactly.
Even before the end of the tribunal.
Exactly,
session.
before the committee. So what we're saying now is we're talking separation of powers. So with that kind of situation where the president suspends the Chief Justice of Nigeria before an investigative panel has even given a report, you know, how are we faring? That goes back to
I think to put issues in proper perspective, historical perspective, I'm not holding brief for Mr. President, but I'm a critical stakeholder as far as the administration of justice in Nigeria is concerned. The president never at any time suspended the former Chief Justice of Nigeria. He was subjected to trial. He was subjected to trial, and then an order was given that he be suspended from office, and the president obeyed it. Whether the order was right or wrong, the president is bound to obey an order duly issued by competent tribunal.
But the same But the same administration has avoided some court orders which have said, stay away from this or let this be. So what we're trying to say is that exactly in this same situation, the swiftness with which the case of the judiciary was handled, we don't see that in other cases. Isn't this questionable?
Indeed, I agree with you. It is not only questionable, it is condemnable, it is lamentable. But having said that, you cannot fault a man for obeying the law or obeying the order of a court in as much as he has continuously deliberately violated, disobeyed court order. When court orders are disobeyed, what is the options available to us? Do not forget, because the topic we are discussing is separation of power, and then enormous power is vested in the National Assembly and the legislature. The president subscribed to an oath of office to obey, to promote, to adhere to the Constitution of Nigeria. So when the president refuses to obey an order of court, he's indirectly not obeying the Constitution.
Dominic, you have
he's
something to
indirectly
say.
not obeying the Constitution. So it behoves on the National Assembly to call the president to order. And it is one of the indictable or impeachable offenses. And they can wear that stick of desiring to impeach Mr. President if they believe he's deliberately violating the Constitution of Nigeria and his oath of office.
I'm still stuck at the point where Professor Madaki hadn't acknowledged the fact that the president did say he suspended the Chief Justice of Nigeria. So
what I'm saying, and these are recent issues.
Exactly.
These are recent contemporary issues. These are recent and contemporary issues that the president eventually suspended the Chief Justice of Nigeria based on the order.
No, sir. No,
he didn't first suspend him. No.
Okay, Dominic, go ahead. Hilarious.
It was. It
So
was.
let's go to Adiri. Okay, talk to us about your favorite interview or experience on the program.
That has to be when I brought in Coach Samson.
I knew it. I knew it.
We were talking on the show, and I really liked the fact that he's a retired international, ex-Nigerian international, and he came in to talk about the Nations Cup draws. That's for the 2019 African Cup of Nations, and then we're supposed to talk about the soccer academy he runs, and then Emma, the director, was telling me, look, you don't have time anymore, just go. Okay, I said, okay, so thank you for joining me on the show. And he says, no. The soccer academy. I'm like, oh. And I told myself, inside I'm saying to myself, okay, you have to do what we call rewind and go back and then talk about it. But I wouldn't say it was remiss of me, but I think that in sports, the key thing is always grassroots. So no matter what we do, we should always remember that we need to have younger people to come up and, of course, take over what we've left undone. Okay, so, but that was a big interview. Thank you so much, Samson Siasia. And, of course, my heart goes out to him. He, of course, his mom and the situation at home. And, of course, I do talk to him and I keep in touch. I'm praying for you, and I hope that everything is okay with the family.
Let's take a snippet of that interview.
All right, so thank you guys so much for staying tuned on the weekend show. Thank you so much to the coach himself.
I didn't talk about my academy.
Oh, that's true. Yes.
You guys can just cut me off like that.
Okay, coach,
That's
you were
not fair.
you did a competition last weekend.
Yeah, I
You
did.
said you were going to use it to curb age cheats.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, and I
Okay.
also came out with a program saying that we have to, after the 1994 squad, nothing has actually happened in the national team. So,
I thought you guys talked about it during the NFF Awards.
no, they talk about how they abandoned us. They didn't give us anything from what they promised us, the houses and all that. I hope our president is watching. Mr. President, just an appeal, though. We need those houses. 25 years ago, come on. If it was money I put in the bank, I will have some interest.
Yeah,
You
true,
know,
definitely something.
But the academy, Tier1 Academy is doing very well. We scouted some players, which we're trying to work with them. We need a little bit of support. You know, without support, without money, you can't do anything.
I believe that the academies need a lot of support. We need players to, of course,
Yeah,
be
to
in
groom.
the national team.
Yeah,
So if we phase out one group, we should have another group coming in. That's what's working really well for England right now.
Yes,
And they're
they
producing
have the youngest
stars.
team in the
Yes, and they're producing stars.
All right, Ina Peters, talk to us about your favorite interview. Davido?
I did.
She had to, I mean, I know what's coming up.
I have so many, but yes. I mean, there was Cranium, and then the international reggae artist, what Davido had. What we even went through that night to get that interview done. I remember you were the one that even called me and told me, no, it was a message. And you were like, you might be interviewing Davido today. Call the makeup artist, call Samuel, get ready. And I was just like, and I was preparing to go out to like my friend's party. And I was like, okay, what calls? And I was like, oh my God, Davido. And Samuel and I, we went and we waited. And so because we stayed for so long, when he finally came, the reception was something else. Like Samuel and I, we were both surprised because you hear a lot of things about these people. They're like, you hear, oh, this person is arrogant and all of that. So I honestly had, you know, a perception about him, but that day everything changed. I saw him hugging Samuel and I was like, So I was going for like, and then I saw him hugging Samuel. I was like, okay, so he's nice like that. And you know, we had a good conversation and I liked how it wasn't just about the music. Then he was, you know, that was when he became very vocal about politics and his uncle. So I was very happy I was able to have, you know, kind of like a part 1 and part 2 interview. So we talked politics and we talked, you know, music. And I was the only one that did an interview like that. Because I look for these things. I haven't seen anyone, you know, gone towards that direction with Davido. So it was definitely refreshing. It was amazing. You know, it's on the CV.
Most definitely. Let's take a snippet of that interview that held at night, might I add. So she waited over how many hours?
That interview happened 2 a.m. or
2
so.
a.m.
Yes.
So you waited how many? Because the interview was
We got there by
initially scheduled
7.
for yeah, so she waited that long too.
Yeah.
So you see, the work that we do sometimes, it takes a lot of sacrifice to get it done. Take a look.
Well, so I will never forget your words. We rise by lifting others up, and we've definitely seen it, you know, with the way you have helped a lot of artists. You have, you know, shine a spotlight on so many talented people out there. And you coming to Abuja, because I have these conversations with a lot of, you know, good producers and artists here in Abuja. Like, has anyone just caught your attention? Have you ever listened to any Abuja's artist, you know, song or producer that you might want to work with? Oh.
But I met him in Lagos, but he lived in Abuja at the time.
Okay, so any other person?
I met Tekno in Abuja as well.
I'm talking about new ones, the ones that haven't been discovered yet.
Oh, I don't know now. Like, it's like as the day goes by.
What are they doing? Are they not bringing their music to you or what? Or is it like really, really hard to like get to you?
I mean, like with all my artists that I've signed, it's just been like probably coincidence. With Mayoko, I met Mayoko online. And online, there's nobody to block, you know. So I met him directly online. Peruzzi also, I watched his video on TV and I liked it, and I messaged him. Dremo, I met Dremo through a friend. Most of them was always like, it was either through people or I directly messaged them. The case of Mayoko and Peruzzi, I messaged them directly.
All right, MC Sam. We already know your low moments. Inviting guests are not too funny. So talk to me about your high moments, interviews and interactions that you've thoroughly enjoyed.
Let me share a bit about it with Inner's Glory. I remember the day we interviewed Davido. Oh Lord, I think I didn't take my bath the next day.
Oh Lord. Did some 30 billion...
that was the problem, because I took a picture with him and I uploaded it, and everybody like, guy, you guys find me something. I'm like, no, bro, you didn't give me anything. I had to start explaining to everybody, like, how did you meet Davido? I was like, he didn't. So everybody just, bro, just send me 2K. I was like, nothing got me. But my best moment on this segment was bouncing back from my not too funny guest. I brought MC Ebenezer, and the guy made me laugh. I was so happy because I was like, hey, now I have someone that I will say something, will laugh, he'll say something, will laugh. Not like the other guy that was just saying everything and he will laugh. That was my best moment with MC Ebenezer.
Let's take a snippet of that.
I'm not alone in the studio. I have one of Abuja's funniest comedian. I'm talking about MC Ebenezer.
They call me Rezen Nebe One. I'm actually an engineer by profession, a comedian by frustration. You know, when hunger hits you, discover your purpose for living.
Crime rate is declining, IGP. You see this story? When the first time I saw it, I was like, okay.
Who said it?
Our
Inspector General of Police.
Yes.
And you want me to talk about it?
No.
Have mind though.
You don't fear?
No, I'm not afraid, but there are some topics that...
when I saw this news, the first thing that came to my mind is two things that is involved. Is either our police, they have stepped up, or our criminals are born again.
Maybe it could also be that the record was pulled out from a particular street. You understand? Maybe not the full country. You understand? Maybe, for instance, now you say Aminu Kano Crescent.
Only.
You understand? Maybe they were supposed to add only at the end. But if you check it holistically, that crime rate has... Although, you know, the other time, the president said, I believe that the IGP is working because he has lost some weight. And maybe if you check his weight, then losing weight plus work, it's possible that crime rate has actually reduced by probably loss of weight. But on a lighter note anyway, I would say, and some of the commissioners, they have more weight than him.
In your area, has crime rate reduced?
Yes, seriously. Not only just last week, it has reduced. They just stole someone's generator and one car, but it has reduced. It used to be like 5 before.
So before you plenty of that.
If you don't know where a man is coming from, you will not appreciate where he is. So
as you can see, so many highs and lows regarding the production and presentation of the weekend show. We thoroughly thank you all for your support, your dedication to this program. I have people walk up to me and say, I never miss your shows on Saturdays. You know, that's what wakes me up, and that's what really sets the pace.
I felt very flattered when someone messaged me once and say, "Oh, the first time we watched this show, we were in South Africa," and so it just explains, it just makes you understand that it goes beyond Nigeria.
Yes.
People watch this in London, people watch this in other parts of Europe, and people actually see this as a source of information about what's going on in Nigeria. And seeing young people do this shows that young people are capable of doing
Yes.
anything in this country.
Most definitely. And that's one thing I did as producer of this show. I made it a conscious decision to ensure that everyone here is young. We have camera people who are women and young. We
Yeah.
have from the producer all the way down, you know, to the presenters. Everybody here is below a certain age. It's still classified as youth. Let me just put it that way. So we're very, very happy about the product that we've turned out in the past year. And it is our goal to keep on bringing you quality products like this throughout the next few years. Thank you again for your support. Thank you for your time and dedication to all my employees here and the presenters and the people at the back room. We truly do appreciate you. We would actually like all the staff of the Weekend Show to come out on stage and just thank our viewers for your time. We'll take a short break and we'll organize ourselves to thank you all for watching. Let's take a short break.
Hi, my name is Kingsley Moyalo, former Deputy Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria and a presidential candidate in the 2019 elections. I have been a guest and I am a fan of the Osasu Show. Osasu Igbenedion and her team are great. Her producers, her presenters, her technical team, they are all very professional. I am very happy that we have young people in Nigeria like this who are very professional and still retain their vision for a great country that we can become. I'd like to encourage them as they celebrate 1 year, and I wish them many happy returns in the television industry. Many, many more returns and happy success going forward, Osasu. You're great and your show is great. Good.
Hello, my name is Anne-Marie. I'm the founder of Urban Development. So the Weekend Show is one. Wow, it's like we started yesterday. Congratulations for turning one. A full 12 months of great content, great information. I am so proud to be associated with this brand. Osasu, my darling, great job, well done. Everybody who is a host on the show, everybody who has attended the show, been interviewed, and the behind the scenes of the show, all the workers, good job, well done. Thank you for providing such great content. I look forward to the next 1 year. Happy 1 year anniversary. You've done really well.
I'm so grateful to God that I know this project Weekend Show by Osasu. I love you, girl. You're doing very well. And as you celebrate your anniversary, the Lord will strengthen you and bless you and keep you going. You're going to go higher and higher and higher. Look, let me tell you, girl, you are flying higher. You're doing very, very well. And you continue to do well in Jesus' name. Amen.
Hello, my name is Rodney Omokache, and I just want to give a shout out to the Weekend Show on their 1 year anniversary. It's no small feat, and they're doing such a great job putting out great news, great content with great guests, and I'm glad to be part of the team. Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Esther. I want to say happy 1 year anniversary to the Weekend Show.
My name is Frank Ucho. I'm a barrister and a politician. This is saying a big shout out to all the crew of Weekend Show and the program itself for celebrating their first anniversary. The program is quite incisive, it's quite analytical and very educating. This is the time to say a big props to the lead anchor of the program, Osasu Igbenedion, and my man, Andy Madaki. I wish you guys many, many more of great returns.
Hello, happy weekend. My name is Joy. I want to say a big congratulations to the Weekend Show team. Please tune in, celebrate with them. They've been doing a great and awesome job. So congrats to Osasu, Andy, Ordiri, Ina, Ella, and the entire team, the producers, the technical team, the direction, and everything. I love your show, and I wish you all the best going forward.
Wow, it's 1 year already. Congratulations, Osasu. Congratulations, Andy. Congratulations, Ina and Odiri, the sport diva. I can't imagine. I'm really happy to have this opportunity. I know there are a lot of people, but you guys chose me. Congratulations, it is 1 year. The sky is, you're beyond the skies. This is just the starting point. It's an amazing everything. You guys have been so professional. You've been so coordinated. I mean, it's always exciting being here. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity, and thank you for making it work for the nation.
Hi guys, my name is Adesowa, aka Miss Sunshine, and I want to give a shout out to the Weekend Show. It's 1 year already. That is super amazing. It's amazing all of the work that has gone into this, and then having to celebrate 1 year is such a beautiful thing. So happy 1 year anniversary to the Weekend Show.
Helping us sign out today on our 1 year anniversary, we have Owi Abutu and Sid Rock. Take it away.
Everybody look,